This is a lesson 8D on implications, which are if-then statements and equivalences. So the first definition is an implication. The definition is if two propositions can be linked together with an if-then. So I'd like you to highlight implication, and when you see the if-then in your statements. So how it's written, if P, then Q. P and Q are your propositions. It is a notation. This is the symbol for an implication, and it's read as P implies Q. P is the antecedent, so that's the first proposition. The second proposition, Q, is called the consequent. So here's our first example of an if-then statement or an implication. So our first proposition P is that Alexis has a dog. Proposition Q, Alexis can walk dogs. So as a symbol for implication, it's in the yellow I just highlighted. And how we read that is, if Alexis has a dog, then Alexis can walk the dog. Please read below. You might think about an implication like making a promise. If the promise is broken, then the implication is considered false. Otherwise, implication is true. So in this case, if Alexis has a dog, then she can walk the dog. Example 2 of an implication. So all healthy dogs have 4 legs. That would be a statement. If you wanted to turn it into an implication, if it is a healthy dog, then it'll have 4 legs. Or B, all triangles are polynomials. How you write that as an implication? If it is a triangle, then it'll be a polygon. Part C. If you brush your teeth with Smile toothpaste, then you'll have few cavities. Last one. If you qualify for a loan, then you must have an income of at least $40,000. Notice what is highlighted in the red. The red is your first proposition of each of those statements. So these are your proposition P's. What's in the green is proposition Q. All right, example 3 of implications. Proposition P, it'll rain on Saturday. Proposition Q, Falcons will win. To write it as an implication, I've colored these for you. In the red is proposition P, in the green is proposition Q. To write it as an implication, here's the symbol, and now here's our statement. If it rains on Saturday, then the Falcons will win. So here are the rules for a if-then statement. All will be true except for true then false. So please highlight that. So here's some scenarios. You can read them on your own. All will be true except for true, false. So I want to focus on this one right here. So proposition P is true. It rains on Saturday, so that's true. And then proposition Q, but the Falcons do not win. So this is considered false. All the rest of those possible choices are considered true. Please make sure you pause and read those. All right, so here is your truth table for an implication. So this is your implication notation. The only one that's false is this one right here. When you have a true statement for proposition P, and then a false statement for proposition Q. So then that implies that that statement would be false. Try to delete that. I can pause this thing.